we'll be talking about what up, though. It's your boy Suso, and today we'll be talking about some of the Genshin community's cryo goth queen, Rosaria. Now, before we get into the video, please, if you want to support me, drop me a like, comment down below about what you think of Rosaria, if you got Rosaria, if you summoned for her but you didn't get her, or if you just skipped her completely because you didn't want to risk your 5-star limited character pity and didn't fall for the whole building up pity trap that people try to get you to fall for. And make sure, last but not least, you hit that notification bell so you can make sure you don't miss a thing I post, and you can be present for my lives, because that definitely will help me out. You know, I love talking to people about Genshin Impact, and I just love the game. No matter how stale it gets, whatever. I'm still looking forward for more. Like, I'm pretty sure that time will come. I'm just giving the game time. Now, is Rosaria worth summoning for? That question is always a yes and a no. If you don't care about the 5-star limited character, no. Please do not summon on the banner. Don't risk your pity for a character you don't care for, because then that's just going to make it less enjoyable for you, and you're going to miss out. A lot of people who do that, do the whole building pity on one banner, even though they're trying to build that pity for another character on a future banner that's coming out. It just doesn't make sense to me, and never will. I don't know where that started from. I don't know why people do it. It just doesn't make sense, because I know a lot of people who summon to build up pity on one banner, ended up getting that limited 5-star character, and when the banner that they want the character comes out, they miss out on the character because now it's a 50-50 and they lose the 50-50. So, if you're in that boat, please don't summon for Rosaria. Now, is Rosaria a good 4-star? And is she worth it in that way? Yes. If you don't mind the possibility of getting child and messing up a 50-50 for another character, go for Rosaria. Do you need constellations? Not really. C0 Rosaria is pretty good. C0 Rosaria would do what you need her to do, basically. Especially if you're basically using her for just a support role, to put her in a milk comp with Diluc or Hu Tao. The only people who should be really C6 in Rosaria is people who want to either main the character, or if they're just whales and they want to go for C6 Rosaria. But she's really not. It's really not necessary for you to go for a C6 4-star character right out the gate. It's just not, because like any other 4-star character, they're going to be added to the standard after the version update that they come out on. They'll be updated to be put into the standard banner, which is this banner here, or they'll be put in a future banner limited 5-star banner for a character that you want, possibly, or just in the regular summon pool period. So even if they're not rated up as you see there, there's still a chance for you to get them just as any other 4-star in the game. And the perfect examples for that are Xinyan and Diona. Now, I will say this, however, when it comes to constellations. This here, her C1, if you think you're thinking about going for C1 Rosaria, you don't mind the whole 5-star pity thing, you feel free to go for C1 and stop there, because I don't know if it's just me. Let me know if I'm tripping, or if some of you have experienced this as well. But I feel like Rosaria's normal attacks are slow for a Polong character. Like, they're slower than people like Xiao, Zhongli, Xiangling, and Hu Tao's normal attacks. So after I put the C1 on her, I noticed that all of that was dead, and she felt smoother after she got the attack speed increase here from her C1. And if you don't go for C1 but you have Skyward Spine, I've used it with her at C0 and it worked perfectly. I just wanted more crit rate, which is why I'm going with Primordial Jade Wing Spear now. Now, if you're building her main DPS, you more than likely are better off going with Crescent Pike or Dragon Spine Spear because you want to boost her physical damage. With that being said as well, you want to run 2-piece Bloodstain Chivalry with the 2-piece Cryo set. And you want her Goblet to be a physical damage bonus increase. I would say C4, if like let's say if you want to use her as support and you just want like a little bit more from Rosaria and you don't mind going for constellations, I will say this, that increasing the duration of her ult could be beneficial, and the whole regenerating 5 energy for Rosaria when her E crits can also be very helpful in terms of you getting your ult back. But really, to be honest with you, I noticed that when I was testing Rosaria out in the open world, just killing mobs and stuff, her energy wasn't recharging that fast. But when I went to Abyss, it was like it didn't. Her energy was going crazy anyway, so it didn't really matter at that point. So this isn't really needed. Her C4 isn't needed for you to really use her ult. And if you're using her as a support anyway, like, and you have Skyrim Spine or any weapon with energy recharge, Dragon's Bane is good for elemental mastery as well for support. Yeah, and any crit rate weapon is obviously good for Rosaria because you want to have her at pretty good crit rate, especially if you're not using her as support, because with support you're normally using 4-piece Blizzard Strayer, so you can get all of that crit that comes with it and that cryo resonance and all that goodness. Now, one of the things that I personally love about Rosaria's character and her kit is this right here, Nightwalk. I'm one of the people in Genshin who's been playing from the beginning who are still psychos, and we still run around the open world and we kill everything for resources and all of that goodness. Nightwalk is perfect for people like myself who love to basically traverse Teyvat because movement speed, like if you run around the world, you know how good movement speed can be when you're doing that for a long time. Previously for this, I would always run Animal Resonance. So for an example, I would run Xiao and Jin, and then I would have Zhongli on that team, which is Team Xiao anyway. Those 3 are staples in my Team Xiao. When Albedo comes out, I'll put him in the team for Bennett, who's currently a placeholder on that team, and that team would be complete. But I was running that for the Animal Resonance, which increases your movement speed. And honestly, while it didn't bother me because I love Xiao. Like, Xiao is my second favorite character to run in the game. Zhongli is my third favorite, with Hu Tao being my favorite. So, but now with Rosaria, I can actually just run around the world without Animal Resonance and just Rosaria on my normal Hu Tao team. Which, honestly, with how stale the game is, little things like that can make the game just a little bit more enjoyable for you. Because it gets really like boring after a while if you're using the same characters over and over and over again every single day you grind the game. Quote unquote grind the game, because it's, we're not gonna talk about resin. But yeah. Now, her other 2 passives. This one right here is perfect. It's a very good crit. I was about to say crit rate. It's a very good passive for her personally, because you get that you increase her crit rate by 12% when you use her E, her elemental skill. Now this one right here basically works the same as Hu Tao's, where you give your teammates crit rate, but not the actual character herself. So this is a very good passive for that, which makes basically Rosaria's kit just really good. Like, I have no real complaints about Rosaria. Rosaria is a good 4-star. She's definitely worth getting if you want the character, if you really like the character. She's worth going a couple summons in. She's not worth going in again. And I'll repeat this how many times I have to. if you do not care for the limited 5-star character that's currently being rated up. She's not worth going for that for multiple reasons. You will eventually get a C6 Rosaria. I promise you. Eventually it'll happen. There's no need to rush it. And there's no need to necessarily go for constellations. Outside of the reasons I named earlier, that could be very beneficial if you choose to do so and if you can and want to. But really, that's about it for Rosaria. Her character design is really good. Her personality for a character is I don't want to say it's great because it's basically another Xiao, an edgy character. She might be even edgier than Xiao is, but you know, she's good, man. And yep, who's gonna say no to that? So again, if you like my video, please like it. Comment down below about everything I've said. If you have any thing to say about the video in terms of the layout or however I've done my thing here, you know, please give me that feedback because I'm new at this whole creating content thing, and you know it gets pretty nerve-wracking, you know. So any way y'all can help me out, please help me out. Please support me. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, all that great goodness. And with that, I'm out.